We are in a safe and controlled environment. We are at the gun range. This video is for educational purposes only. Let's make that clear right quick. We are running against time. The weather's gonna change very, very quickly. So as you can see, it's been a long time coming. I have been waiting and waiting to get my hands on this Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0 compact carry. Now, it is an absolute beautiful firearm. I have been holding it, and I have not shot this yet. This is a straight out of the box. I have not even put a red dot on here. I have been holding it and dealing with it, and I have been quite satisfied with what it is that I have been feeling. Just a few things that I shouldn't even be concerned with, but for me, it's a little bit uncomfortable. Again, we are in a safe and controlled environment. We are at the gun range. This video is for educational purposes only. So a quick clear check. The pistol is clear and there is no magazine in there. But at first sight, you have to tell me that this is not one of the sexiest firearms you have seen. The serrations in the slide are just so visibly pleasing, and I mean they're super aggressive, but just the wave pattern that they have on here is absolutely beautiful. Now, and that is one of the things that I found to be a little bit more uncomfortable for me. Yes, the serrations are very pronounced, but they almost feel sharp. They are I don't know if it's because of the pattern that they're in, but especially the serrations on the back right here, it almost feels like it can cut your fingers if you kind of like grab it too quickly, or, you know, kind of miss or slip or whatever. But one thing that I did notice at the end of this slide, it does have a little bit of a winged, I guess, grip. I'm going to call it a grip because that's where you would actually grip to pull the slide. It's a little winged on the end, and that's something that would be new for me, or something that I'm just now noticing with the Smith & Wesson M&P lines, for them to have done something like this. I don't know if me holding this camera like this is actually serving it any justice or not, but this little wing on the back, the little wing on the back, for me would probably be a better deal than actually grabbing these serrations in the slide, because they are so aggressive. But besides that, I do enjoy the Smith & Wesson grip. As I tell you, something that I had to grow into, but I enjoy it. Ahora estamos hablando del Smith & Wesson MPM 2.0 Carry Comp, una pistola belleza. Te lo tengo que decir y lo puedes ver para ti mismo, que es una pistola súper belleza. Pero lo que estoy encontrando es the serrations que está en el slide está muy agresivo. Y para mí, para mover el slide no es un problema, pero cuando lo estoy aguantando atrás sí se siente que como me voy a cortar el dedo. Pero tiene como unas alitas aquí atrás que se puede aguantar un poquito más mejor, y para mí eso va a ser donde lo voy a agarrar. Esto todavía no le he puesto un red dot, pero lo vamos a poner. Pero quiero saber cuál red dot me aconsejes a coger. All right, so now let's just go through the steps, the specs very quickly. So as you saw, as I told you, they are very serrated serrations in the slide. We do have a night front sight, and there is the comp on the pistol. So when I say comp, and I kind of like do the little quotations, this would be something that technically for me, I mean, it looks like a port. It does have in the barrel as well as the cuts in the slide, but it is called a comp. That's not me. You have to take that up with Smith & Wesson. All right, now the cuts in the slide is going to help with the weight of the actual pistol, and the comp on the front, or the port on the barrel, is going to expel the gases of this these rounds, kind of in a straight up, in a like a blast form, to try to help you maintain that those shots on pistols, which is pretty cool. We do have a night front sight, and I am so glad that they put that in front of the sight so that your sight doesn't get all dirty and nasty when you are shooting that. Now, again, beautiful. This is like a diamond style cut right here at the top. You do have your pick space underneath. This is a 3-slot pick space under here. It does have an ambidextrous slide lock, slide release on here, and a very pronounced magazine release. Your trigger guard is nice and wide, and it does have your M&P performance trigger on here, but we are going to see exactly how I feel about this trigger. Now, this pistol does have a 4.22-inch barrel with a little bit over a 7-inch slide. Now, for that to be a carry, I'm finding that to be pretty big, but if it's something that you would be comfortable with carrying, I'm sure this would be a nice shoot. And your weight on here is 25 ounces. Ahora, como puedes ver, dice que esto es un camp, pero para mí normalmente viendo la varilla teniendo el hueco, eso es como algo que se llama portado, or, you know, el porte, pero no. Eso no es mí, eso es Smith & Wesson. Si no te gusta, habla con Smith & Wesson, ellos te lo arreglan o te lo explican mejor. Y tienen los cortes en el slide que te va a ayudar con el peso de la pistola cuando está tirando. Ahora, el camp o el porte que está aquí, esto es para no destruir, pero para mandar los gases de los cuando está tirando, para que puedas aguantar la pistola en una, muy buena, para que puedas seguir manteniendo en el target. Esto tiene una varilla de 4.22, el overall length son 7 pulgadas y el peso son 25 onzas. So, eso es todo. Tenemos el gatillo de Smith & Wesson Performance Center y tiene el slide lock, slide release de ambidextrous. Lo puede usar mano derecha o mano izquierda. All right, we are shooting 115 grain 9mm ammunition. That is what's in here. In your box, you get your standard stuff. It comes with 2 15-round magazines. It also comes with your base plate screw and kit situation. So it does come with a set of, well, a plentiful set of screws, as well as 7 different base plates for you to choose from whatever it is that you are going to run. Now, I also have these magazine covers, but I'm not sure because, it almost seems like I needed a larger capacity magazine to run those sleeves. All right, so once again, we are in a safe and controlled environment, and we are going to suit them up so we can send them down range. All right, let me help you out here. I am really oh, you have a headset on. Oh, you saw me trying to be helpful, and you already ready? Okay, feels good, looks good. Se siente bien en la mano y esta belleza. I have grown to love the Smith & Wesson. Y'all hear that mush? I have grown to love the Smith & Wesson aggression on the grip. I have not changed anything on here. This configuration is straight out of the box, as you can see. And, oh, I didn't tell you we have just a regular U blacked out rear sight. So let's take some shots and see how I feel about. Trigger is very responsive. Interesting. Not bad at all. First magazine, I can probably say that yes, I would reduce the backstrap size to something just a little bit smaller. Usually it comes with the medium already on, so the small would probably be a little better in the hand. Pistol is clear, magazine is empty. Por primera tirada puedo decirte que a mí me gusta o ha aprendido a gustar la agresión de Smith & Wesson con el grip. Pero probablemente voy a cambiar esto del mediano a el size small, chiquito, a ver si se me siente un poquito más mejor en la mano. No estoy diciendo que no se siente bien, sí se siente bien en la mano. All right, first two magazines. First, I guess, impression was pretty good. Pretty good. It's, I can't really tell you right now what it is that I'm trying to say. Once I get a few more magazines in, I can probably give you a better understanding of, but I don't want to just come out just first two magazines and just say something. But let's keep shooting and let's see. Magazines are super, super, super tight. But I am sure that once we start breaking those in, that we would have a better loading experience. Los cargadores están bien, bien, bien tight. ¿Cómo se dice tight? Están bien tight, pero estoy segura que cuando lo estamos usando ya eso va a cambiar un poco. Okay. Magazine number 3. Next magazine, remind me to pull it from these little wings back here. I want to see how that feels. Or drop it with the slide release, all right? All right, let's drop that. Okay, now I did explain to you that the serrations on the rear of this pistol is too aggressive for me and it hurts when I actually try to engage that. All right, so that wing ain't gonna work for me. I see that off rip. Okay. Para mí, como te estaba diciendo, los serrations de atrás están muy fuertes para mí. No me gusta. Traté de hacerlo, pero no lo puedo hacer. La bala no entró, ¿viste? So. That one's quiet. Okay. Trigger. Trigger feels nice, but it feels cheap. The trigger has a nice response to it. The reset is nice. It does have a nice short break to it. Take up, we do have quite a bit of take up on here, but it just feels cheap on my finger. It doesn't feel like really good quality or nicely made. So we do have quite a bit of travel for the reset. And the break is pretty quickly, but if you can see here, we do have a lot of travel to get to that wall. The trigger doesn't, although it's responsive, it doesn't feel nice. Let's lock this slide back. Pistol is clear and magazines are empty. Ahora, el gatillo se siente bien barato. No se siente como un gatillo de calidad. Como te estaba enseñando hace un momentico, que tiene mucho movimiento para llegar a la pared y tiene no tanto para llegar al break, para salir la bala, pero no se siente calidad, no. All right, coming into our, these will be 90. You know, we do 100 rounds for our reviews. Estamos llegando a 90 y hacemos 100 tiros por cada review. So you're going, let's see if I can drop this slide with my thumb. It's a little tight, but I'm sure once that slide starts to get the moving that it would be something that I would be able to do. El slide release está un poco apretado, pero cuando lo estamos usando, en el futuro yo sé que se va a aliviar un poco. Okay, let's get a couple more magazines. Now that was just to feel it out. Trying to get us a nice feel. Last mag. Let's get 15 more. For the most part, it is a nice shoot. For what it is that I was expecting, it's not that it's not performing to my expectation. I just feel like, this is something big. This is the Smith and Wesson 2.0 comp carry and all that stuff. I just felt like because it is a performance center pistol, we should have just had probably a little better trigger. A little better trigger, but as far as the pistol feels in the hand, it doesn't feel bad. It feels good, it looks good. That could probably supplement some of my so-sos with it. Por ahora, todo está bien. Para Smith Wesson, yo pensaba que, o me sentía que esto iba a ser algo un poco más gran, porque es el comp carry. Esto es algo que la gente probablemente estaban buscando por mucho, mucho tiempo y se lo dieron, pero se lo dieron y siento que faltaron en el gatillo. All right. Pistol is clear, magazine is empty. Let's have some words very quickly. All right. Overall, I am quite satisfied with the visuals of this pistol. Yes, I can see or tell that the comp or the ports are helping with maintaining the pistol on target. Your night sight on the front, I am enjoying that a lot. Very bright fluorescent front sight, and the fact that they put it behind it was something that I also was very grateful for to maintain the, stop it from getting so dirty. Your U rear sight is also, it's just a blacked out rear sight. Very nice. Serrations in the slide. Beautiful visually, but too aggressive for me as far as trying to engage the slide. As well as the wings in the back. As you saw, I tried to engage that as well and was not successful. The slide didn't completely go back into battery, so I had to drop the magazine and clear the pistol and try that all over again. The grip and the actual feel in the hand is very nice. The Smith & Wesson aggression on the grips is something that I've grown to love, as I've expressed to y'all time and time and time again. And I'm sure y'all have watched me evolve into liking these grips. The only thing I would probably reduce the size maybe to a small. The trigger, as I was telling you, the trigger does feel cheap. Although it responds very nicely, just the feeling of it and just the sound of it, it just sounds like plastic. It doesn't, you see that? It's just like, and that's exactly how it feels. If that feeling had a sound, that would be it. I'm not impressed with the trigger, although, as I stated, the trigger is a nice responsive trigger, but the feel of the trigger is not something that I am really wowed about. It does come with two 15-round magazines, and overall, I am quite satisfied. I am satisfied with it. This is not the metal. I would be interested in getting that metal just to see if we can compare them and see if the weight of the metal would actually make it even more of a flatter shoot. Ahora, como te dije, visualmente se ve lindo, me gusta todo de esto, me gustó como pusieron la mira adelante en vez de atrás, en vez de adelante. La agresión del grip me gusta mucho. La visual, the aggressions in or the aggressions in the slide no me gusta mucho porque se siente que voy a cortar el dedo. Y también las alitas no me... I engage that. No me trabajaron bien cuando trata de usarlo. El gatillo el gatillo no es malo. Nada más se siente barato en la mano. Pero eso es todo. But for the most part, I'm cool with it. I like it. Now, as you see, she is bare. What would be something that you would recommend for me to run on this pistol as far as your flashlight and your red dot? Drop that in the comments. Let's talk about it. What is your favorite? If I didn't mention, it also comes with a cleaning kit in a cardboard box. Really? I meant I meant to bring that up earlier, but it's a cardboard box. Whatever. But this is it. This is how she looks. She shot very well. I am quite satisfied with this pistol. What did y'all think? What did y'all see? How did y'all feel? Do you have one? Have you done anything to it? If not, if so, let me know. Drop that in the comments. Listen, if you have not yet checked out www.yokegang.com, make sure that you do. Pick up a t-shirt or a patch. Support the channel. Thank you for supporting the channel just by watching this video. And y'all already know I love it when things work, and I love y'all for life. Peace.